Hello, friends and clients. I am Jennifer Walker Gates with Walker Gates Vela, immigration attorneys in Austin, Texas. I am here today to share with you about military parole in place, otherwise known as military PIP or just PIP. This is a fantastic benefit for family members of the U.S. military, whether those military members be currently active duty or veterans. Even deceased members, veterans of the military, are allowed to, their family members are able to receive this benefit if you qualify. So this is one of the few ways that an individual who entered the United States without permission can become a U.S. resident without leaving the country. So for that reason, this is a really important benefit. I definitely want to make sure that all of those family members out there of U.S. military veterans know about this and how it works, so that if this applies to you, you can seek help as soon as possible to get on the road to lawful permanent residency. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and then we will talk about this benefit. Okay, what is parole in place? Parole in place is a temporary permit to be in the United States for individuals who are already in the United States. It is available to certain relatives of U.S. military members, and some of those people who receive parole in place will become eligible for adjustment of status under Section 245A of the Immigration Nationality Act. 245A is the section that deals with adjustment of status, and that means that you can get your residency at a local USCIS office in the United States close to where you live, instead of having to travel outside the United States and apply abroad. It eliminates the need to get a waiver if you qualify for this, and it allows a lot of parents of U.S. citizens to qualify for adjustment of status, even though they don't have a qualifying relative for a waiver. So it gets rid of the need for the waiver, and for that reason opens up a great deal of opportunity, especially for parents of U.S. military. So this is available for people who entered without permission. So very important to notate that, and keep in mind, if you qualify, that you definitely should seek this benefit. Now, here are the requirements to qualify for parole in place. You have to already be in the United States, and you have to have entered without permission. If you entered with a visa, there's a different type of process for you, and it is called, that one is called, instead of parole in place, that one is called deferred action. That's a different benefit, and in this particular video, we're talking about parole in place. So you have to have entered without permission to qualify for parole in place. In addition, you have to be a spouse, parent, widow or widower, son or daughter of an active duty member of the U.S. Armed Forces, an individual who is serving in the selected reserves or ready reserves, or an individual who previously served honorably and was discharged honorably, or for medical purposes, or if they are deceased, you can also still qualify for parole in place. Now, even if the U.S. military member, him or herself, is not a U.S. citizen, if they are a lawful permanent resident, or maybe they have some other kind of temporary status and they've entered the United States Armed Forces with something other than U.S. citizenship, you can still qualify for this benefit. And a lot of people who are qualifying for parole in place then qualify for adjustment of status. So the benefits of getting parole in place are these. It gives you a 1-year permit to be in the United States from the Department of Homeland Security. Once you submit your form I-131, that's the form that applies for parole in place, you indicate on there that you're applying for military PIP. If they approve it, they're going to send you a little white card called an I-94 that has your photograph on it. Once you get that card, that I-94, then you can also apply for a work permit. Your work permit then allows you to get your social security number as well as your driver's license. In addition, once you have that I-94 in hand, if you qualify, you can apply for adjustment of status. Now, some people are not going to qualify for adjustment of status. And if that is true for you, you can still get the parole in place, and very often you can renew it year after year. Sometimes you also have to file additional paperwork to be able to do that, but it is possible. Now, if you qualify for adjustment of status, it's because you're one of these people. You can be the spouse or surviving spouse, an unmarried child under 21, or a parent, including a step-parent of a U.S. citizen. Now, if your military member is not a U.S. citizen, many times he or she can become a U.S. citizen pretty quickly after entering the military based on military service, especially if it's honorable military service. So even if your military family member is not yet a U.S. citizen, it can be, they can take care of that process pretty quickly. And you can get your parole in place. And then once they become a citizen, if you are one of these other family members, then you can apply for adjustment of status. Now, please bear in mind, you also have to be admissible to the United States to qualify for adjustment of status. So you not only have to be the right kind of relative, but you also have to have no permanent bars, meaning you don't have multiple unlawful entries to the United States, spread out, like you don't have the kind of bar that is triggered once you come to the US and stay for longer than a year and then leave and then re-enter without permission. If that is your case, then you definitely need to seek a lawyer's advice before applying for adjustment of status. If you have any kind of deportation, false claims to US citizenship, anything like that, you are not going to be admissible for adjustment of status. Now, you may be able to get parole in place even with those kinds of violations in your past record. In those cases, we definitely advise talking to an attorney about the risks and benefits of making that application before you file it. But just because you have past immigration violations doesn't mean you can't qualify for parole in place. You may just not qualify for adjustment of status. In addition, you won't be approved for adjustment of status or probably parole in place at all if you have any kind of serious criminal conviction in your record. Unfortunately, immigration law is very unforgiving about any kind of criminal matter. So if you have anything like that, you're probably not going to qualify. So that is the information that I have to share with you about parole in place. Again, if you are related to a member of the U.S. military in any of the ways described in those slides, we would love to help you apply for your parole in place. There are also numerous pro bono organizations that provide this kind of assistance. The American Immigration Lawyers Association has a program to recruit volunteer attorneys to file parole in place applications and adjustment of status applications for military members. I do those myself quite a bit. So there are lots of resources. Even if you can't pay for a private attorney, there are lots of resources to help family members of military get these processes done. So please do take advantage of them. If we can help, please reach out to us. You can go to our website at welcomegatesvela.com. There you can find our phone number, which you can call or text, and a link to our calendars where you can click and simply go on our calendar and schedule some time. Please subscribe to our channel. We're providing these kinds of updates at least once a week. And we definitely want everyone to be updated as frequently as possible. Please spread the word about the benefits that we're sharing with you guys. There are way too many immigrants out there that we meet with who come in who qualify for benefits and didn't know. And immigration law has deadlines all over it. So people need to move quickly and they need to know when they qualify for benefits. So if you know someone who may fall into one of these categories, please share that information with them as well. You can also follow us on Facebook, reach out to us there. We're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're all over the place. So please reach out to us, like we said, and if we can't help you, we'll definitely point you in the direction of someone who can. We definitely want our military who have made so many sacrifices on our behalf to have the rest assured that their family is safe and secure in the United States. And we're glad to do that kind of service for you. So again, thank you and take care. Let us know if we can help, and we'll talk to you soon.